Scalabrini presence in Australia. The first 4 Scalabrinian missionaries arrived in Australia on the 2nd of November 1952. Soon afterwards, other missionaries arrived from America and Italy. The first missionaries started to open Italian centers, to active of the laity, not only liturgies, but also educational and recreational activities. At the beginning, we start in the Diocese of Wollongong, Lismore, Newcastle, Tasmania, and Rockhampton. With the arrival of more missionaries, the Italian Catholic Federation was born, a huge movement of a lay apostolate which, through the impulse of many Scalabrinian missionaries, could grow to develop all these states in Australia. With the advent of the 80s, new ideas and inspiration have developed and taken shape. The pastoral work of the Scalabrinians had grown in the area of the aged and the needy. We start to look at most recently migrants such as Filipinos, Spanish, Portuguese speaking, working with different chaplaincies. A very solid foundation led where we are now. Today, we welcome migrants. We protect refugees. We promote seafarers and integrate families in Australian society. We are working with migrants.
On September 21, 1982, Father Antonio Paganoni, Italian missionary, arrived to the Philippines to start the presence and mission of the Scalabrinian congregation in the Perla de Oriente. Father Paganoni and a few weeks later Father Giovanni Iacono found temporary accommodation with the Pastorelle sisters and the Carmelite fathers. Later on, Father Luigi Sabadini completed the team of the 3 pioneers who, following the missionary mandate, go into the world and proclaim the gospel to every creature, began the Scalabrinian apostolic service to the land and sea-based overseas Filipino workers. On May 1984, with a group of 9 young Filipino men, led by a team of Italian educators, the Scalabrinian formation program for new missionaries officially took off in the Philippines, in the nowadays so-called Mission House. On June 13, 1984, Father Antonio Paganoni was appointed as Executive Secretary of the Episcopal Commission on Migration and Tourism. In September 1984, His Eminence Jaime Cardinal Sin entrusted the Stella Maris, then Apostleship of the Sea Ministry, to the Scalabrinian missionaries in the port of Manila. In 1985, the seminarians moved to the newly built Scalabrini Formation Center. In February 1987, as a response to the need to better understand the migration phenomenon, the Scalabrinian Migration Center of Studies, SMC, was established. As the formation program for new Scalabrinian missionaries continued developing, a new house was built. It was named Scalabrini Theological House of Studies and was inaugurated on June 1, 1992. Ever since, it has welcomed young Scalabrinian students from all around the world. On June 1, 1993, another milestone for the Scalabrinian presence in the Philippines was set down. The Scalabrini Center for People on the Move, SCPM, a shelter and service center, opened its doors to serve and assist overseas workers, seafarers, fishers, and refugees. In 1997, the Scalabrinians extended their presence in the Philippines through the opening of a new formation house in Cebu. It became the permanent seat of the novitiate. In 2010, a new house aimed to welcome the postulants coming from Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines, and other countries was added to the compound.
Kaohsiung mission began in February 1996 with the arrival of Father Bruno Gigeri as director of Stella Maris, to be joined by Father Edward Paquin and Brother Rizalino Pongo. As of now, the community in Kaohsiung composed of 3 priests. With 27 years present here in Kaohsiung, the Scalabrini Fathers has contributed significantly in part to the lives of thousands migrant workers, seafarers, and fishers.
We are here in Taiwan, in the Archdiocese of Taipei, in the parish of St. Christopher's Church. We were called here as Scalabrinian missionaries to administer this parish through the invitation of the Archbishop of Taipei, given to us fully in around 1997. There were already 3 priests here, and right now we are already 4 priests from the Philippines, 2, Indonesia 1, and Vietnam 1. So we are serving here migrants from different parts of the world, and most of them are domestic helpers, factory workers, caregivers, overseas Chinese, international students, fishers, seafarers, professionals, entertainers, tourists, and many others.
Holy Family Foreign Migrant Service Center, Shanhua, Tainan. The mission in Shanhua, Tainan canonically opened last 1st of June 2019, but one missionary started during the missionary work in July 2018. Our ministry to the migrants. First, liturgical celebrations in the different churches in the Diocese of Tainan. 2, in charge of family integration and for the second generation migrants. Number 3, we have shelter. We have 1 room temporary shelter. Number 4, guarantor for the detained Vietnamese migrants. The next, we have skills training in cooperation with MECO, and this is really addressed to the Filipino migrant workers. Next, we have also paralegal assistance for those migrant workers who seek help, especially if they have problems with their work. And then we have also Mandarin classes offered to both Filipinos and Vietnamese migrants. And lastly, we have spiritual formation. Our community is composed of 2 Scalabrinian priests, and we have also 2 collaborators, the sisters, and they are members of the Religious of the Notre Dame Sisters, RNDM.
The Scalabrinian presence in Indonesia. Our congregation has been present in Indonesia for 21 years, since June 29, 2002. Now there are 3 Scalabrinian communities in Indonesia, 2 formation houses and 1 mission house. The 2 formation houses are located in Flores Island in the eastern part of Indonesia, and 1 Perpetuity Care community, which is our first community in Indonesia, is in the Diocese of Ruteng, and the other 1 is Philosophy community, which began in 2004, is in the Diocese of Maumere. The only mission house we have in Indonesia is located in Batam Island, the Diocese of Bangkal Pinang, in the western part of Indonesia. This mission began in 2018, and there are 3 conferers in this mission, focusing their services in parish ministry, and in the chaplaincy for the expatriate and the seafarers.
The Scalabrinian missionaries arrived in Japan in September 12, 2003. Right now, the Scalabrinians are working in two dioceses, namely Saitama and Tokyo. They keep only one community in Tokyo for their residents, but all are serving in different migrant communities in both dioceses. Filipino Scalabrinian Father Edwin Coros is working at the Catholic Tokyo International Center and the Stella Maris Tokyo. Father Klaus Kinski Jean Baptiste, who is from Haiti, works among the Portuguese-speaking migrants, mainly from Brazil. And Vietnamese Scalabrinian Father Tin Trong Dang works among the Spanish-Vietnamese-speaking migrants.
In 2003, Father Cabello and Father Paquin, under Provincial Paulo and General Superior Father Isaiah, came to Vietnam to visit and intend to looking for the vocations and opening the community in Vietnam. 2 years later, the Scalabrian Vietnamese community was established officially on September 8, 2005 in Ho Chi Minh City. In the beginning, the candidates lived in the rented house. Up to 2014, the official formation was built the students with 3 groups: probabilistic year, first year, and second year of philosophy. Now the Vietnamese community has 4 priests, including 3 priests who directly participate in the formation team, and 1 priest who collaborated with Vietnamese Bishop Conference in the field of immigration.